the second or third month in the dry season, and you're hearing that we have to start a backtrack. We are short on water already, and I really feel it for a lot of people. But all I ever noticed that in some areas in Trinidad and Tobago, they never complain about water problems. All you ever realize that? Of course you realize that, because you live in an area that is constantly bombarded with issues. No water 3 times a week, 2 times a week, 1 time a week. I tell you, this country is a very grateful country because everybody have tanks and let's give thanks. Yeah, that is my kind of corny joke. Let me just say a special hello to the folks at Tile Expression Limited. And remember, for all your high quality tiles, now listen to me, anywhere all you go, all you will see tiles for
Three, two, one, brawl! 3, 2, 1, brawl! 2, 1, brawl! 3, 2, 1, brawl! Red team wins.
I would give them advice. You have to watch your back with them. That it was that special.
No, hi. You hear the iron? That means that.
Whom I had the greatest of respect for. But while growing up, I never understood why so much pressure was being applied. And as I grew up and I got older and I got married, I learned to respect him more because I understood what he was trying to do. And for that I'm appreciative, as well as a lot of my other family members. And the fact is that when you look at something like this, if it does not cause concern, something is wrong. Well, some of you may be saying, but what is the problem? The girl have talent. You have a problem with that? No, I don't have a problem with that. But what I do have a problem is what she's singing. What we are promoting for children. And the first time in Trinidad and Tobago, and guys, you could do the split screen here, right? The first time in Trinidad and Tobago, I'm going to actually play a calypso, Mr. Killer's song, and I want you to look at the lyrics and tell me if any blasted child should be singing those lyrics. Go, guys. Okay, what I want you to do, start it from the beginning, please. Right? Start it from the very beginning. Right? Good. Me and my friend Mr. Rum. Only watch and pull it back again, guys. If I could reverse it, where you could put that shot big and me small, I don't mind. So the first part talks about taking some shots, and then the other part talks about hearing her voice, and the young girl sang it about hearing her voice, Mr. Rum. And is this? I was blown away, and I posted this on my Facebook page. I have to call it affect, because I could not describe it as anything else. With a young girl singing a song. Now, you may say that that is not a problem. And let me make this very clear on the onset, that there is no compulsion in religion. You don't have to believe what I believe. You don't have to stand by what I stand by. My principles are my principles, your principles are your principles. I cannot dictate to you what you must do, and you cannot dictate to me what I must do. But the fact is that we should be able to learn from one another, especially when it comes to our children. So I was shocked, and many people were when they saw this, that a young child, and by the way, this is no blame of the child, this is no blame of the child, etc., and we're not blaming any child here. But many of you would have seen this video because it is and it is nothing illegal that the child did. So let me say that from the onset. It is nothing wrong, but basically, I want to know how the hell a man who promoted rum could go on a stage and sing a song for children, for a children's event. That is my concern right now. And I want you to take a look at this video now with this young girl. And some of you may not unhear the lyrics, so it's the first time in the history of IBN a calypso will be played. But it will be played for a reason. Take a look at this video with this young girl. No, wait, here what? Play that part. And you will see the set of chairs in the air and the video. Play that part. I want to show you. Watch. Watch it. Good. Nice. Pick up something, anything. Everybody know that song in San Diego? Because you know why people get to know like animals when they hear that song? It's like people have no training, no brought up. And for me, someone who grew up in a home with a father who would put belt on your backside if you do not stand straight and behave yourself. Or if you come out the bathroom and your hair too wet and you can catch you cold, your brother would ring your ears. I grew up in a very disciplined home. I had a brother, a principal, whom I had the greatest of respect for. But while growing up, I never understood why so much pressure was being applied. And as I grew up and I got older and I got married, I learned to respect him more because I understood what he was trying to do. And for that I appreciate him as well as a lot of my other family members. And the fact is that when you look at something like this, if it does not cause concern, something is wrong. Well, some of you may be saying, but what is the problem? The girl has talent. You have a problem with that? No, I don't have a problem with that. But what I do have a problem with is what she said. What we are promoting for children. And the first time in Trinidad and Tobago, and guys, you can do this split screen here, right? The first time in Trinidad and Tobago, I'm going to actually play a calypso, Mr. Killer's song, and I want you to look at the lyrics and tell me any blasted child should be singing those lyrics. Go, guys. What I want you to do, start it from the beginning, please. Right? Start it from the very beginning. Right? Good.
Hello, hi. Me and my friend, Mr. Rum.
Me and my friend, Mr. Rum. Will you watch that? Put it back again, guys. If I could reverse it, where you could put that shot big and use small item.
Hello, hi. Me and my friend, Mr. Rum is here. I had some stress, so I take some shots. But the amount of tick really touches me. I heard a voice talking in my head. Makes me go down. You can't go to your bed. So I said, who is talking? And where you from? My name is Mr. Rum. You hear the iron? That means that. Don't let nobody style you. Mash it up, right? Tell me we got something. Tell me to grab something.
So the first part talk about taking some shots, and then the other part talks about a hearing a voice, and the young girl sang it about hearing a voice, Mr. Rum. And is this anything for a young child to be singing, or for the blasted promoters of this event to be promoting? And for me as a parent, I feel sickened that, you know, parents will allow this sort of ludicrous thing, especially you take children and you bring them in something like this, and this is the type of environment, and when children grow up and they misbehave, we wonder why. We wonder why. We wonder why it is some of our children behave like rats. We wonder why it is our children grow up to be criminals. And I'm not talking about that particular young lady. I'm talking in general now. The fact is that we ask ourselves why children behave the way they do, why they get on the way they do, why it is they misbehave, why it is they fight in school. When you introduce them to these environments, where you see adults getting on, and I don't know if they had run there, I don't know if everybody was drinking, I don't know where that event took place, but I can tell you for me, as an adult, I am ashamed. This is not what we should be promoting, especially with our young children. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us that we will take an innocent child, carry her to an event, and then out of all the songs in the world, oh, for God's sake, play Savannah Grass or something now. If you can't play Savannah Grass, play, I don't know, Savannah Tree or Savannah Goat, I don't care. But play something that makes sense now. Because if we have to develop the young minds of this country, we cannot develop the young minds by playing Mr. Killer Run with it. You have to be a fool. You have to be an imp. You have to be an imbecile to believe that you could bring up your child with this sort of thing and not have problem. This is madness. You have a young child singing about promotion of rum, and we don't have a problem. Nothing wrong with that. Run with it. But what the hell I see in here? But you know what? some of these very parents misbehave as well. Look at KFC Narima. Take a look at KFC Narima. What was done with KFC Narima? Watch it here. KFC Narima. Watch. Man, bear back. Watch. Pause on the left. Pause. When you put what? Man on the right. Bear back. And this is a food place. This is a food place that reaches all heaven. Watch on the one on the left. Bear back. In fact, half of them bear back. Play it again. Let people see, because you know why? Parents don't understand that we are raising rats. We are raising big rats, medium rats, and in between rats. Tell me, all you think these children don't behave so home? Let me tell you something. With many of the parents, some of them have, they behave just like at home, and the parents and them don't dig nothing. The parents and them don't see a problem. Because you know why? Some of these same fellas that you're seeing there are the same criminals who will give mommy and papi a little $1,000 and they shut them up. Some of those same fellas you're seeing all over misbehaving like that are the same fellas who will go around, and you think that is good, guys. That is not bad behavior for them. That is normal behavior. That is normal behavior. My dear friends, the reality of it is that for me, as a Trinidadian, the day we begin to lose the moral fabric of our country, we are doomed to failure. Something must happen whereby we would be able to build back the very fabric that we're losing right now. Something must happen. Where in Trinidad and Tobago, the masses could say, we are taking this thing too far. Somebody sent me a video with Marshall concert. Brother man, I had a thread that come out of my pants the other day. A thread, the thread was long so, and the thread was thicker than the outfit than the girl wear at Marshall concert on stage. Imagine that, the thread that I take out from my pants looking thicker than what the girl wear at Marshall concert. And not only that, we are hearing talk that a foreign artist at Brian Lara Stadium, a foreign artist allegedly used obscene language on the stage in front of police, and nothing was done. Nothing.
2, 1.
Where are we going? What is happening? We are so stupid. We have people singing with this chutney dotation, and 1 minute they're singing about divorce. Next minute about rum. The next minute about one woman ain't good enough. About next minute beating your wife. And the state actually pays for that stupid dotation to be sung. Where are we going? What are we doing? Do we really want a future for our children? I mean, when you look at what is taking place, and by the way, or you tell me if I'm wrong, you're doing first here. Let me open up the phone lines for 10 minutes. I want to hear people on this topic that I want to discuss. I want to hear, only if I'm wrong, correct me. WhatsApp me, tell me you're wrong. Right? But before I take your calls, remember to make sure, please, and turn down the volume on your phone. Let me just say a special hello to one of our fans every single Wednesday. Sunarde Balkaran, mother of Penny. All the best to you, my dear. How you going? Everything okay? If Penny give you any trouble, let me know. I'm going to deal with it. Because that's Sunarde Balkaran. All the best to you, my dear. Right? So we're going to open our phone lines a little early to hear what you have to say from what you just saw. And by the way, like I said, those words, I want you to play the beginning of that song again. Right? Big screens. Play the beginning of that song for me. It's Mr. Killer. Let's open up our phone lines. Like I said, we're going to take 10 minutes of your calls and let me hear what you have to say. Hello? I will lost that call. Let's go over to the online. You know, callers, when you call in, turn down the volume on your television, please. Let's welcome our good friends of PNS Central, of course, for our camp. And by the way, our camp will be hitting over 200 plus people. More than that, 250, nearly 300 people. If you have not called in and registered, do so now. You have 2 days. But by the way, if you're coming in and just being a part of it temporarily, you could come and go when you want. You don't need to be registered. In fact, when you come at the camp, you can register. But we prefer if you pre-register, so at least we'll know more people will prepare meals and everything. All right? So let's go to our phone lines. Hello?
Good evening, Mr. Inshan.
Good
You
evening.
have spoken to me, and you have spoken to all the parents that are concerned about their children and the behavior that they exhibit today. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's go again. Back to our lines. Hello? Hello?
Hi, John.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Calling from St. Augustine.
Yes, sir.
It's one of the greatest things ever happened in this country tonight is with you. Like people blind in this country. Don't be afraid to do what you're doing. That's why you see the children in this country today like this boy. You see, when you bring up all them topics where you do there just now, you know people turning a blind eye at
3,
John.
2,
Of course.
1,
Because they're letting
brawl.
the children do what they want. They say this is carnival. You see Ash Wednesday? The church and them full.
Yeah, well, what is that? I heard that you have a church in the West that had a fest.
From now until Tuesday.
What?
You see from now until Tuesday. You see the string we have to go from the band. People singing and putting on those children and that. From now until Tuesday. You know why? It's a busy time not to have shit. But you see so ridiculous. You lyrics in most of them things it's singing. People that listen to the rhythm. You know the rhythm. Listen to the rhythm. Then you will hear what it is, what is stupidity, and what is singing so stupid. But they just sing a house. You make my heart feel like that somebody that you could really do something. And then let it stop the people that voices in the
Thank you very much, my friend. Guys, could we just drop the water a little lower so that we could have the numbers properly shown, please? Give it the NS. Now, I have all. Let's go to our lines again. Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Hello, Mr. Ismail.
Yes, go ahead.
Good evening, how are you doing?
Not too bad. Talk to me.
We're back to the camera and the mannequin and the radio on the girl.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, with the racing drum. Yeah, that's why we come with singing but it's top with the blood. We know that one good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my friend. Let's go again. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Richard.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Yes. Good evening.
Good evening.
The reason we are seeing what is going on is because of social media. We are seeing more and more.
Yeah.
The parents of that girl and other girls like her are proud to post these things, take these videos and post them. We see it all the time. What you need to do is get a minister of health the program. Let him talk about the record-breaking number of children who were born in and this year, November, will be no different. Because every year we have, you call them carnival babies.
Carnival babies, yeah.
Right. And the war, I think one of them made a statement about it was so overwhelmed last November. And this November coming will be no different. Also ask him about the increase in STDs, AIDS, herpes, all the STDs. Ask him the percentage of the increase in STDs, and you will be overwhelmed as well.
Thank you very much, caller. And you know, let's continue to take the calls, because like I said, maybe I'm being one-sided. Maybe it is my parenting skills are bad. Maybe it is as a parent I am a little too strict. Maybe it is I don't know what I'm doing based on that video that we showed. You know what I mean? So let's go back to our lines again. Let's see what you have to say as a parent. Hello? Hello?
Yes, good night.
Good evening, my friend. Go ahead.
You see, this is what we call the greatest show on earth. Because you see, we are not watching. This is what's taking place right now. You know, this is why the case is so violent. All these things happening because our parents, we're not advising our children right. And this thing is not just from the government, because imagine the government taking our taxpayer money to pay for these things.
Yeah, but
I really can't see, you know, but I want to advise you, what a welcome program. Because I hope that parents will watch this program and open their eyes and see what it is taking place. This thing is just wrong, and I don't know how this is the greatest show on earth.
Thank you.
To me, this is devilish.
Thank you. But
I say it.
thank you very much, caller. But you know, it does not only affect the Christian or Hindu community. You know, I see a woman with hijab take out a picture with her children, two sons on the side, and one of them have on a skull face, the other one have on this in full carnival costume. Well, I know she has two sons, and I'm shocked. I mean, where does your going to come on? In the bush? You don't have an imam? We're learning Islam from the tree? Give me a break. We are not there to judge, but you know what? What is the reason you're going to church for? All your punk along showing Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday, boom, you get some alcohol in your forehead, and poof, you're born again. Give me a break. Give me a break. I mean, for me, you know, if you look at countries where there are so many things that go wrong, homosexuality and all them kind of things, at the end of the day, things don't go good in the countries and at all, you know. And in Trinidad, you have the murder of feds taking place. As I said before, I cannot control what you do. If you want to go and fed, better man, you fed. But the day you're dead in that condition, that is you. I am not going to judge you. At the end of the day, I don't want them things showing up where they shouldn't be showing up. For example, during daytime, and I see women have on next to nothing, rum being promoted left, right, and center. If you want your child to be around talk, I'm happy for you. Let's go again. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good night, Vincent.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead.
Excellent program tonight. It's very disgusting to see what's happening. Like we're heading down the road for the boys with what I've seen on television there. And you know, most of the people, when people like Billy and Scarpa and Nepal chicks and all them to be joining this kind of madness. You know, where are our Indian culture or Indian pride also going on? You know, it's a sad thing. It's very excellent program.
Thank you very much. You know, and for those of you who just joining us, I will just try to repeat it. One, the video with the child. I want to show you what it is we're talking about. And as I said, no blame goes on the child. No blame, because the parents are taking the child wherever they want. But the fact is that whoever paid for this artist to be there, that is my problem. Take a look. That child could be the best poet in the country. That child could be the best president who has something positive building our country. But that is what Mr. Killer promoting in our country. Rubbish, dotishness, and then you have a set of donkeys will take chair, they will take man soup pot, they will take somebody woman, and when the man cuffs them on the ground, they want to know why. And again, let me remind you, what she just sang there, this is the lyrics. I can tell you first time Calypso playing on IBM. Take a watch. This is Mr. Killer lyrics.
Hello. Hi.
So you have some stress. So the solution for stress is to take some shots. That is why bloody Alcohol Anonymous, they have a shortage of people going by them. And not only that, you hear a voice in your head, Mr. Rum. Well, here what happening, you could turn to Mr. Water. You could turn to Basil C drink. You understand? Contact Rita and you'll get Basil C drink in all different flavors. In fact, you'll get Rita juice, but you had to turn to Mr. Rum. You understand? And that is what this young child singing and being promoted to children. Are we that dotish? Let's go back to our lines. Hello?
Good afternoon.
Yes, good evening. Go ahead. Yes, go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Good evening. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm calling concerning Marshall Monday.
Go ahead.
Yeah, at 10:30, he had fireworks like if it was a bomb dropping. And imagine we have the convalescent home, Princess Elizabeth home, and this noise at 10:30.
Well, you see, Marshall, mother and father, ain't they? But not only that.
At 3:30 in the morning, they are going to fireworks again. In Bellevue, Hookery, St. James, Woodbrook, at 3:30 to 4:45. I think the dead in the cemetery must drop out. But it was terrible. It was uncalled for.
Thank you.
At 3:45 in the morning, with old people homes, a children right next door to that home. You can imagine how it was.
Thank you very much, caller. And
to do that, especially in the morning hours.
I'm really sorry. And this is exactly what I'm saying. You know, here what thing. All you want to have all your concert and big fun, carry it somewhere in the bush. Carry it in Shagaramas over the mountain, in the valley. And all you set and party how much all you want. All you jump in the water, jump over the mountain, jump through the mountain, I don't care. You see this what I tell you? The law is on us, and that's basically it when you have the EMA approving this type of dotishness. I mean, that is madness, absolute madness. Imagine, you could charge somebody for lewd and suggestive behavior. But at Carnival Fest, woman could have foreigner could go on stage and fuss, and nobody doing nothing. But you know what is sad? We promoted that. All you think is Venezuela is not going to help you promote it the way the world is promoted. All you think is political come out with also that revealing. You think that Venezuelans going to do? Them that come out with what? If you coming out with string, them coming out with gentle floss. Let's go to our lines again. Hello? Hello? Yes, go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
And the name breaking barriers, it big volume. However, I would give an advice. You have to watch your back with them. That it was that special ethnic children and adult party was they would not like that particular order.
Why? Where is the problem? At the end of the day, I've always said it. In this country, you have 90. We do a lot. Let me answer your point. I have said it on air, right? And I've said it on here, and I will repeat it. That 99% of the women that we help are women of African descent, because the men who they got involved in are a set of lowlife and good for nothing. And that is statistical data. That is empirical data. Who's going to tell me I cannot say that? Because you have a set of low-life men that they will get involved in. The men with the drop low, the men with their pants below the bottom, the men with the gold chain around the neck, the men with the grill in their mouth. You understand? So I am afraid to say that. That is fact. That is fact. Let's go to our line. Hello.
Yeah, good night.
Good night.
Good night, Incha.
Yes, ma'am.
Good night. In which real extent of today at what I said when you showed up tonight, I would have liked to come on. So what I'm from, but I'm glad you did. Let me tell you something. In this country, more people would not get on like that. And you know we have a culture.
Yes.
We have a culture like that. Because we can't go to his country and get on like that.
There are rules and regulations.
Exactly. So I know what you can't say, you know, but you know what, I like how you talk about
Thank you very much, caller. And I've said it before. I called these shots as they said. When I did a video on racism in Trinidad and Tobago, and people blast me. They say you hate Indian people. Imagine that. You know, because I said it plain and clear that look at why do you think 99% of the Indians go by Africans teeth? Because many of them are racist. They would never support Africans. And I said that in the video. The fact is that we should not be afraid to say where the problems are. When you look at over 90% of the robberies committed are being done by African men, are you going to say they're being done by Chinese? No. Right? The statistics speak for themselves. Let's go to our lines again. Hello. Hello. Wa alaikum assalam.
I mean, wondering why this country is in this state today. Apart from carnival festival of children crime, there's another show coming up where a man was recently released from prison in the US after 10 years sentence, and he's coming here to perform. I want to remind you about something. I don't know if you remember, a manager of the castle in Singapore was murdered. His son was placed in a bucket of water.
Yes.
Outside. He was upside on a bucket of water and locked in a freezer. You remember? You know what was the reason behind that robbery and murder? The tickets for this Biggie Bandan show. And Mark was telling you, after Carnival done and this Biggie Bandan come up, we're going to have an upsurging time because there are people who want to go to the show and they don't have the finances and they are going to rob people. You have a good night.
Thank you very much. But what you're saying there, again, there's data to prove that. I am sure, Mohammed, I'm sure you will agree with me. When you look at these threats coming up, there's an increase. There's an increase in crime, whether we like it or not. And I agree with you. Imagine a man who served a jail sentence.
These singers and them too, them only singing about rum and winning a set of money. They only promoting alcohol, especially to the young people, and it is wrong. It is so wrong that it's a shame to know how wrong it is with this concept of promoting alcohol and rum for the young people. But what type of example are you setting when you can have these things going on and when you say this is going to be prevent? What you get lost because you see you tonight, all you do is just trying to show people how wrong they are promoting things and how wrong they are teaching their children and growing up their children. And thanks very, very much for bringing this across the nation.
Thank you very much. Look, this girl, I forget her name, the one who was rolling down the Martin Road. She popular now, she rolling all over the stage. The Giselle rolling with she now. Imagine that, you with your bottom exposed and a T-string rolling on the government pitch, right? Damaging all the pothole. And you know, because you do that, what here happening? Which child grows up and say, Mommy, I want to be a tire when I grow up. I want to be a Goodyear or a BF Goodrich. I want to roll on government road. Which child wants to do that? Which mother would be proud to see their child rolling down and all their punkalung all over the ground, picking up every man up dirt and debris on the ground. Them come like a magnet, only attracting all kind of thing on the body. And we proud of that, and we promote that. Because you know why? It shows you the sick society that we belong to. It shows you the sick minds that we are. And as I said, I am not perfect. You are not perfect. But you know what? For us to heal as a country and we want better from our politicians, we have to start with ourselves and our children. We have to. If we don't, we will be a lost society. How can we as parents, right, look at a rum shop and give your child a key and say, hey, what you go? And as I keep saying ad nauseum, you have these glorified rum shops now where they're fancy and they're mall, and our youths and our young girls are out there and they drink bottle after bottle, and when they crash and they're dead, we go, oh God, the boy was a good boy, but he was a damn drunk too. Because you encouraged it, you allowed it. How many of you parents allowed your children to go on Monday night and they come home all 3, 4 o'clock in the morning? What would have happened if your child was raped, robbed, murdered, got in an accident? What would you have done? As parents, we have to take back our homes now. If we don't, we are doomed to fail. My dear friends, you're watching Breaking Barriers right here on IBN channel. This segment brought you courtesy Ryan Sealing. Of course, we're going to take a small break. Remember, when we come back, I just have 1 or 2 topics to touch on, and then we'll open up our phone lines again so that you can continue this discussion, and also we will add to the discussion. We'll be back right after.
Player 4 wins.
Keep refreshed with Oasis Premium Purified Water. Now available in waters quenching options. 330 ml, 600 ml, 1.5 liter, and 5 liters. Choose the size that fits you best. Grab one today.
And welcome back.